When did you learn them? I guess we talked about. So soft skills is the hard truth. You will find jobs, and I know most of you are already working. You will find jobs, but you will have to have soft skills to keep the job as well. It's very important, very, very important, you know. So some cliche, hard skills will get you the interview, soft skills will get you the job. How about that? For example, being a faculty in US is very, very competitive. So, it's a lot of people are applying. They put you in 10 people and then you Skype. They want to see you. Skype is Zoom nowadays. And then they bring you down to shortlist 3 people, and then they invite you to campus. You go to on campus, usually one day, 1.5, maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on the position. And then what do you think they're looking? They're looking at everything. How are you eating? How are you ordering food? What are you wearing? How are you talking? You talk like 20 people, maybe 30 people. How are you talking with staff? How are you talking with faculty? Are you on time? All these things are very important, and people will look at you. That's why you will get an interview, but you may not get the job. And this happens all the time because I'm in the hiring committees, and we discuss this. We say, no, 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 her research is really good, whatever. But I guess no, you know. So everyone converges on that point, really. Felix, I saw you, and I'll get back to you. Hard skills will get you a job, and soft skills will keep you the job. Very important. When I'm hiring a faculty, I'm faculty, so that's why I'm actually hiring someone to go to lunch with. If you're hiring to your company, you're basically looking for someone to go to lunch with. If you're, single or whatever your culture is, you're looking for someone to go to bar with in Friday night, right? It's not only how they teach, what they teach, or the depth of their expertise, but are they a good friend? Can they be a good colleague? We have a system here. Can they be integrated into system of ASU, whatever program you are, or your company, whatever company you are? That's very important, right? But the last point is very, very important. Hard skills are developed at the expense of soft skills. So I'm going to put it up there, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about this one more. Alex, yes. Hi, good to see you. Please unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Oh yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's good to see you, Felix.
Okay, good. Yeah, good to see you again. My question is for the interview. I think it also you can learn both ways. Like they're learning about you, and you're also learning about them.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes what I do before I interview
Mm-hmm.
is I research the interviewer
Mm-hmm.
and on LinkedIn and see their education, their experience, their background, and sometimes I see that I am more qualified than my interviewer. Like sometimes I have a higher education than my interviewer, but I don't know what do you think about that when
No,
somebody less
right.
qualified than you is interviewing you? Say for you example, maybe a student is interviewing you.
Student is interviewing me. Yeah, actually, you're right, Felix. Students interview us. We always have 1 hour, 2 hour. First of all, students attend all our meetings, and then we have a separate meeting with students, and then they tell the committee what they think about us. That's normal. They say, "Oh yeah, this new faculty, new candidate is good. It's easy to talk to him. He's likable. They tell that to the committee chair, but I don't want to diverge from our topic. Actually, if you guys want, I can create an interview lecture as well, like one of the hours if you want. I think Dr. Jarrett will also bring some resources on that one because some of you may need it. But you're absolutely right? You know, students also rate us. Uh, and that's why I always tell my students, always ask a question when they say, "Do you have a question?" When the interviewer says, "Do you have a question?" No, 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 I don't have a question. That's a big no. You have to have a question. Okay? Yes, you can talk about your kid's school. You can ask about your wife if she can find a job there, or you should ask something. You can ask about their benefits if they support your professional development. Anything like that, you should have a because they should see you are also interested with the company. Company is absolutely interested in you because they called you to campus, right? To complex their factory or whatever. They need to know if you are interested too. They need to feel that. Okay. But hard skills are very good contribution. Thanks. Hard skills are developed at the expense of soft skills. It's very important, especially for those who are in this, because I'm so glad you were able to make time for this session, because that means that whatever you wanted to do this hour, like I said in the beginning, some of you wrote a lot of things on the papers and some of you wrote in the chat. If there's something that that's gonna show up in our transcript, that's gonna be assessed, evaluated, and given a credit, like a score, we always tend to choose that one because that's gonna appear in our papers, in our documents. Anything related to soft skills, right? Let's say you want to watch a YouTube video or continue with this education, or attend a webinar, travel for a soft skills training for 1 week, let's say, we tend to not do that because it's not written anywhere, Instead of that, I can just learn Python a little bit more, explore one of the libraries, learn a little bit more SAP modules, you know. But how about the things that you're gonna gain from that 1 week soft skills education training? We can do it later. And life passes like that. And then when you are 35 years old, I am way much than that, maybe more than a decade. So you say, why they are not hiring me? Well, because you didn't go to that seminar when you're 25. You didn't do this when you're 30. You didn't do this when you're 28. You missed this opportunity, that opportunity. You learned Python, you learned this, but everybody's learning those things. Now, what's going to bubble you up is your soft skills. When you go to present your work, your expertise on your company, when you're interviewing or a conference, everybody will basically give a similar talk, but what's going to make your talk interesting? That's why they're going to pick you. Well, when you're 40 years old, and I'm sorry, it's kind of late. It's nothing late for anything, but you know what I mean, right? Now they are looking for a manager level people that has really a lot of soft skills and maybe less hard skills because they're going to manage teams and stuff. It's going to be harder. So use every opportunity that you have with low risk, even though you do something wrong, the risk will be very low. I tell my students when they're presenting, they get 85, then 80, 70, they get upset. I say, no, don't get upset. Get my comments, get my feedback, and then work on them so you don't do this at the work, you know? So please save some time, which you guys are doing. I'm so glad. Spend some time on soft skills because soft skills is about myself, about your character, about you managing your life. And it's not only for your work, it's also for your social skills as well. I'm going a little bit.